the trauma of the Mariel Boatlift. It's one of the most dramatic influxes of immigrants in such a short period of time in one place in American history. The first boat arrived on April 21st, 1980. The Carter administration met the crisis with confusion.
On May 5th, shortly after President Carter's open arms, open heart statement, 71 Cuban Americans obtained a U.S. Customs clearance for the freighter Red Diamond to sail to Mariel, Cuba.
The Carter administration said the Cubans were welcomed, that we might be able to handle 3,500 of them. The result was they came unhindered, night and day.
They are called Marielitos. As they left Cuba, Castro called them escoria, which means scum.
Fidel Castro himself publicly stated, "I have flushed the toilets of Cuba on the United States." He bragged about it.
With one fell swoop, Castro rid Cuba of thousands and thousands of undesirables.
For all of the decent, hardworking refugees who came here to make new lives, there were also the deadliest, most ruthless criminals that had ever been unleashed on any country in the world.
There are among those people murderers, rapists, child molesters, dangerous individuals.
We first noticed it with their shoes, the kind issued by Cuban prisons.
There was a prison on the Isle of Pines that had 2,000 hardcore prisoners. 1 week later, there were only about 20 prisoners left in that prison. Where were the rest? They were walking on the streets of Miami.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could take everybody off death row, everybody in prisons and jails and mental institutions for the criminally insane, and send them all off to some nice place where they'll be welcomed by some unsuspecting community?
Castro put a good one over on us. There are a lot of criminals who came over in the Mariel Boatlift.
I had never seen people like that in my life in Cuba.
They do not respect anything. They do not respect law and order. They do not respect kindness.
You know, they were public enemy #1 in Cuba.
Guys who were violent criminals under a communist regime in which it is not easy to be criminal. When they came here, then they became super criminals.
They have been described by the director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons as among the most dangerous criminals he's ever dealt with in his 23 years in corrections.